Hey, what's up everyone, Ollie here. So I did a video like this last year, going through my sort of YouTube revenue figures for the last 12 months. So you guys enjoyed that last year. Naturally, I need to do another one this year. And it gets views. You guys enjoyed this video. People find it on the YouTube algorithm, all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Why not? YouTube makes me money. You guys are interested in how much a YouTuber can make. And I also, again, make money from making these sorts of videos. So yeah, I just want to sort of start the video like that, just so that when people say, oh, you're doing it for money, hell yeah, I am. I don't want to be doing this shit for free. As much as I love doing it, I don't want to be spending lots of time making videos if I'm not getting something out of it. So yeah, I just want to be completely upfront, because I treat YouTube as a business. YouTube, I think, should be treated as business if you want it to become something that can become your full-time job, full-time career, or just make you a meaningful amount of income. So to give you a bit of context, I don't do YouTube full-time. I don't anticipate YouTube ever really being a full-time job for me, mainly because I like doing other stuff. I like doing design work, I like doing development work, I like running other businesses. I have a couple of other businesses, and fortunately those things help me do YouTube. And the reason I do YouTube is because I like doing it, like I said, and also it's another nice little bit of side income for me. But this year it's been very good. It's been very good compared to last year. I've also been doing YouTube for 5 years now. I started my YouTube channel in 2015. Well, I started uploading in 2015. Yeah, I've sort of been uploading on and off since then. I'm not looking to become like uber famous or anything, or super famous on YouTube. I literally just do it whenever I feel like it. Now, if you're interested in making your own YouTube channel and want to have quicker growth, I think the best way to do it really is to just upload consistently. I don't upload consistently because I just don't care enough, I'll be honest with you. I just don't upload consistently enough. When it comes to YouTube, I think if you upload at least like one video a week or 2 videos a week, something like that, then you're more likely to have better success on YouTube. But anyway, let's actually get into showing you my YouTube analytics. So we'll first start off with how much I made in 2019. So we can see in 2019, from 1st of January to 31st of December in 2019, I made $11,000. I gained 34,000 subscribers, and you can see a lot of that income came sort of near the end of the year, naturally, because end of the year there's more Apple products, there's more products in general that are coming out. Ad fees are also higher, so you're more likely to get paid per 1,000 views. You can see how it's very high, especially in December. In one of the days in December, I earned $183. 2 days after Christmas, actually. But yeah, that's 2019. I gained like 34,000 subscribers, nothing too crazy. I think if I was more consistent with uploads and I was uploading a video or 2 a week, then yeah, I think my YouTube would have grown much quicker in 2019. But as I said, I have other businesses to focus on. YouTube is actually a very, very small part of my income. Let's now go to 2020. So 2020, looking much better already. So we're at $23,000 this year so far. When we look through the year, we can see it's been pretty average, but since sort of October time, it has just shot up a lot. And the reason for that is, for people who are already subscribers of the channel will know that I was diagnosed with cancer in July. So when I was diagnosed with cancer in July, obviously I naturally took time off to go through treatment and stuff. I had 10 weeks of chemotherapy, so around 3 months off of sort of doing YouTube, off of doing any sort of work. I was just recovering from chemotherapy, just trying to get myself better basically. I actually also just had an operation a week and a half ago, orchiectomy or orchidectomy, depending on, they're both the same thing basically. Had that a week and a half ago, so I'm still recovering from that. But yeah, you can see in October time, that's when I started ramping up making videos again. That's when I started spending more time making videos, started pushing out more videos. And yeah, I think I uploaded 4 videos within within like a week and a bit or something like that. Just sharing my cancer update, sharing my icons that I made, my iOS icons that I made, also sharing how to apply your own iOS icons, my iPhone setup. There are also the iPhone releases, there are the MacBook releases. There was a lot of stuff that came out these last few months. And we can see that one of my best days, I earned $319. It'd be great if I could earn that every single day. But yeah, last few months have been really, really good. So this year so far from YouTube, I've earned $23,000. I've gained 68,000 subscribers, and I've got 7.8 million views. Let's go to the revenue tab itself. We can see revenue, RPM is revenue per milli. So this is basically how much I earn per 1,000 views in general. And then CPM is how much advertisers are paying. Now, that's very different compared to how much you're actually getting paid per 1,000 views, because CPM is based on views that have actually been monetized. So if you're someone who watches videos with ad block, or you have YouTube Premium and things like that, I'm not going to get paid. It's not going to count. So obviously, naturally, not all of your views are going to be paid views. You're not going to be paid for every single view that you get. If we scroll down and we look at the monthly revenues since last year, we can see January, $1,100, February, $1,900, March, $1,400, April, $1,800, and yeah, May, June, July, $1,500, August and September, $1,100. As I said, the reason those months are low is because I didn't publish any videos. So if anything, that's actually pretty good. I didn't publish any videos, but I still made $1,100 a month. That's pretty good. It's basically passive income in a way. And then once I started pushing videos again in October, you can see I made an additional $1,000 just like that. And then November was my best month of $4,400. And yeah, that was a really, really good month, November. And then December, we're currently at $3,500, which isn't bad, especially considering December can be a quiet month in general, especially the end of the month, because obviously people are taking time off for Christmas. People aren't really making as many videos. There aren't as many products to make videos on, and advertisers aren't going to be spending as much money on ads. So there's probably not going to be as many great ads or as many higher paying ads on your videos as usual. If we go to my top earning videos for 2020, we can see that my productivity workspace setup video that I did in February has earned the most money. It's earned me $2,000, which is incredible because I wasn't expecting that video to really do as well as it did. But yeah, that one did well. My house tour video, actually from last year. So this video I published in October 2019. So a year and 2 months old. And it's still my second highest earning video at $1,100. And then I did my Model 3 performance review, that did $800. We can also see here the CPM for each video, and we can see it varies so much. You know, my I Have Cancer video has one of the lowest at $5, but then my Productive Workspace Setup video has $13. How I Make Passive Income, $14 CPM. Productive Work From Home Setup, I did another one recently, that's got $14 CPM. So the CPM can vary a lot depending on the content that you're making. So that's another thing to think of, because there could be a YouTuber who gets 10 million views but only earns like $10,000. But then there could be a YouTuber who gets, you know, that many views but earns $100,000. It just varies so much on the type of content that you make. But again, don't feel like if you're going to be starting a YouTube channel that you need to make content that's going to make you the most money. You're just not going to enjoy making the videos in the first place, and then no one is going to want to watch them. So I think the most important thing is to make videos that you actually just enjoy making. Whether they pay or not, just videos that you enjoy making, because having an audience, having people watching your videos, I think is much more important, especially when you first start out, than, you know, trying to make videos that earn you the most money, because yeah, you're just not going to enjoy making those sorts of videos. So yeah, $23,000. I'd say that's actually a really good side income. Really, really good actually. I'm quite impressed with that, especially considering I didn't make videos for like 3 months. So yeah, I think for anyone, that's a really good bit of side income. For me personally though, it doesn't replace my full-time income. It's not even anywhere near close to how much I would need to sort of cover my living costs. I could maybe do it if I was sharing with someone or whatever else, and if I was in a flat or something, but I have my own place and stuff, I have a mortgage and things like that, and yeah, that definitely wouldn't cover that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think just as an additional side income, this is great. Obviously, I will have to pay tax on it. You definitely have to pay tax on this income. This is the income that YouTube gives you. YouTube doesn't take their sort of corporation tax that we call it, or income tax in the UK. They might take VAT, but that's the income that I actually get from YouTube. However, for a lot of YouTubers, including myself, YouTube isn't my sole income. So using YouTube, using my YouTube audience, using the people who watch my videos and stuff, who are interested in what I have to say, what I have to share, I also have some digital products that I sell. So for example, a few months ago, I released an iOS 14 icon pack, which did really well. I also have Lightroom presets, and I have a bunch of other stuff as well, a bunch of other digital products that I sell. And I feel like they're a really, really good way to make additional income on top of a YouTube income. But again, it really depends on what type of creator you are, because depending on the creator that you are, the YouTuber that you are, you're going to have different digital products. So for example, photographers and videographers, they might have things like LUTs and video LUTs and things like that, or like maybe stock photos. And I know that some photographers who do YouTube videos, they make really good money from LUTs. It's such a fantastic way to make some additional income on top of their YouTube income. If you're someone who does more educational type videos or productivity type videos, you could make productivity sort of manuals or ebooks and things like that. And these are really good ways to make income. And I think a lot of people, see them as like, oh, look at this guy, he's selling courses and stuff. But if you're someone who's like that, then you're probably not the target audience for the course, because a lot of people do benefit from courses and ebooks and things, because it's such a good way to cram a lot of important, vital information into a very condensed sort of package. And it takes a lot of time to do for creators. And if you want that sort of information from your favorite creators, they need to somehow get some sort of benefit out of it. And putting all that sort of information into ebooks and courses is such a great way to do that. So if we go to Gumroad, which is the service that I use to pretty much sell all of my digital goods, my digital assets, and we look at how much I've made in the last year from January 1st, 2020, we can see that I've made $45,000. Not bad at all. We can see there's a massive jump here on the 22nd of September. And that is when I actually released the iOS 14 icon pack. And yeah, I just used my YouTube audience, I used my Twitter audience, Instagram audience. I put it out there, and if anyone was interested in buying it, they could buy it. There's no pressure or anything at all whatsoever. If you wanted your own customized iOS 14 icon pack that could replicate the look that I had on my phone, this was the way to do it. So yeah, $45,000, I think that's an incredible amount of money for some digital assets, especially when you consider the profit margin on these assets. The only really thing where you actually spend money, I guess, is your own time. If you value your time, you definitely should value your time. Everyone has a limited amount of time. There aren't really any other costs. The only other cost I can think of is transaction costs and things like that. $45,000, $23,000, that's what? $68,000 total income from YouTube. I do have other income from other sources like Amazon affiliates and stuff, and that's made me a few $1,000s this year, but nothing too significant really. But yeah, like I said earlier, YouTube isn't my full-time gig, and I don't think it ever will be really. But now that YouTube is making me a lot more income than it was last year, I've started putting in a lot more time into it. I've started releasing 1 or 2 videos a week more consistently, more regularly. I've made time to do that, especially because I've stopped taking on client work in general. I just didn't really enjoy doing client work much anymore. I realized I enjoy doing YouTube more, so that's what I'm going to be spending more time doing. I'm also going to be doing more sort of video courses for people who are interested in design, starting your own business online, selling digital assets, things like that. Even maybe growing an audience. I have had a few questions from people of wondering how they can grow their own audience and how I did it. So yeah, I'll be sharing more of my sort of expertise in those sorts of areas. I also have a sort of guide that I'm putting together with regards to my store, ulxstore.com, which makes me a great amount of income. That's like my main source of income right now, and it has been for like the last 2 years. For a lot of people who want to start their own brand, their own company, their own e-commerce store, yeah, hopefully the ebook that I put together, I'll leave a link to the pre-order for it down below. But yeah, for people who are interested in that, make sure to check it out. If you're interested in starting your own e-commerce store, I'll be putting together everything that I've learned, all of the mistakes that I made, all that sort of stuff into one ebook, and it will be really concise. I don't want to drag it on because most of you probably won't have time. A lot of us don't have time to spend reading something that takes a few days. I want to put together something that is really concise, really easy to read, and really easy to reference. So yeah, that's going through how much I've made from 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. To get 100,000 subscribers over 5 years has definitely been slow for my channel, mainly because, as I said, I'm just not consistent enough with the uploads, because I don't care. I'm just being upfront and honest. I honestly don't care. All I care about is being able to put out content that I personally would watch, that I personally enjoy, and I want to do it at my own pace. I don't want to feel like, oh, I have to put out a video this week, I have to put out a video that week, or whatever else. I have to do 2 videos this week. I don't really want to ever feel like this is work, because once it starts going into that sort of thing for me, I know I'm just not going to enjoy it. I want to keep YouTube fun. I want to keep making videos for fun. I want to keep shooting photos for fun. I love photography. It's how I first started, actually. I first grew my audience on Instagram, shooting photos and sharing pictures. And then I moved over to YouTube because I realized I also like videography. It's why I'm willing to invest in the camera that I have, which cost me like £3,800, a Sony a7S III. It's why I have lenses which cost, a few $1,000s, because I just love the art of it. I love the process of it. I love doing that sort of stuff. I love editing B-roll. I love doing that sort of stuff. But this year has definitely been my best year yet for YouTube, and hopefully going forward it continues. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment of glass. Yeah, glass in the comment, just so I can see who got to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.